Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I've got the UV combination, which isn't great. I don't think I have a bingo with this rack. Now I could play vocal, but that would leave the U. So is there a way I can play the V and the U? Well, I could play Uva, keeping Coles, for 12 points. But vocal's 28, which is considerably more. And, well, I just think this is a better play. Not bad. I've got a good scoring tile in the J. Gorgie is good, and Jug and Juga, so I should be able to play it off. I don't think there are any bingos with this rack, either 7 or 8 letters. I'm just looking at the tiles in vocal to see if anything comes to mind, and it doesn't. Now I note that my J can go above the A of vocal. So I could play Jag across there. It would be nice to play off the U as well. Well, my opponent's gone in that spot. Bant takes an S. And possibly a U. Do I have a 6-letter play? I don't think so. Do I have a play which places my J on this triple letter square? Well, I do. I have Jag. But that's the same problem as before in the sense that I'm retaining the U and a bad rack leave. However, the score is good. Is there anything else I should be considering? Well, I think I quite like Jag because it provides nothing for my opponent. In particular, he can't score off the J. I'm just wondering if there's an alternative play in this spot, but I don't think there is. I need to hope for some consonants in the pickup. And that's not bad. I do get a couple. Now, I'm sure there will be some bingos with the right floater. I'm not sure that there is a 7 with this rack, but I have the V, C, and T to consider. I've got the un prefix and the uni prefix. And I've also got the semi prefix, so through an L I would have semi-lune. I can't see anything with the T. Close to mutinies. Now, what about the C? That looks like there is something, but I may be thinking about meniscus. Well, that's a nagging doubt. I don't think I am thinking about meniscus. I think there is a bingo with the C. Through a G, I would have eugenism. Now, Jag takes an A after it, so column 9 is a bingo lane for words with ANS in them. I can't see anything with the V, and that's not a particularly promising floater. Now, I have univocal, and that would leave a decent rack leave. 39 points. Keeping seam. Well, I haven't given up on the C or the T, although nothing is coming to mind. So at the moment, I'm hoping to be able to play univocal, and that's a reasonable hope because nothing front hooks vocal, and any play in column 4 is not going to block univocal. So the only thing which would block univocal would be univocal. What am I thinking about with the C? Well, okay, so my opponent plays Vaunt. He provides a few new floaters. The T isn't new, but the N and the U are. And I can't see anything with either of those. So univocal for 39. Not a great pickup. Although there could be an 8 through the right floater, and there are quite a few floaters on this board. C, N and T in particular. I don't think a vowel's going to be particularly useful. Well, what about amiosis? Okay, I don't quite have the letters for that. A word with two S's is going to be considerably lower in probability than one S in most cases. Now I have the some prefix or suffix. Now, what about anemoses? Through the N of univocal and the N of vaunt. Anemoses, plural of anemosis. I think that's good. I will certainly try it, and I'll play it in column 2 if I can, because the M will get tripled and then doubled. It doesn't play in column 9, despite Jaga being good. Univocal does take an S, I believe. Now, is there something with a T and this rack? It feels pretty close. I may be thinking of osteomas, which is one letter out, as is eastmost. Well, nothing is coming to mind. I do have some doubt about anemosis, but right now I'm planning on playing it. I'm considering the U. Now, my opponent has actually managed to block one, but not both spots. Fantastic. So let's find out if this is good. Anemoses. 85 points if this stays on, plus the blank. I'm just waiting for this to be challenged. Still waiting. It doesn't look quite right, but in order to play it, I have a reasonable amount of confidence in it. Although I don't feel very confident right now. Okay, so it hasn't been challenged yet. Do I have a bingo with this new rack? Well, I think I do, because I think Pavans is good with the blank as an E, and that plays in column 11. It also plays in row J, making P and as. Again, a slight amount of doubt there. So, do I have an alternative? Great, Anemoses not challenged. My opponent's provided an E. So, do I have a bingo beginning or ending with an E? And it's more likely to end with an E. Let me cycle through the alphabet and see if anything leaps into my mind. And I really am considering this rack with an E. Nothing so far. Double A, not great. Paravanes through the right two letters. Still nothing. Okay, so I can't see anything with the E. I'm just wondering if it's worth spending longer finding a bingo I'm more confident about than Pavans. But I think Pavans is good. It's not a great play in the sense that it opens up row A, it places a vowel next to a triple letter square, so I could easily be hit with a 50 or 60 point response. So do I have something through the R or O? The R is more likely. I've got the para prefix. Well, not that I'm seeing, and I think I've spent long enough looking. Let's see if this stays on. Pavans. I'm just pausing in case there's a better spot. Well, where I've played it is certainly better than row J. And, well, I don't really like this because of the lack of confidence, but I am going to play it. If it stays on, this is quite a good rack. I may have a synergy through a G. No G available at the moment. I've got the sin prefix. Now if this stays on, I'm in reasonable shape. And although I probably... well, what about naysayer? Yes, great. Pavan stays on. I've got naysayer through the A of Pavans. Does naysayer have an anagram? Well, if it does, I think it's only going to be a little bit better at best. And it may be the plural which has an anagram. So, naysayer for 80. Just pausing in case it's playable elsewhere. What about this first day of Pavans? No. Great. I draw the Z and quite a balanced rack. And I've got a good lead, 200 points. No amazing opportunities on this board for my opponent. So what to do here? I'm immediately wondering if I have a bingo. Through an O and an S, I would have downsizer. Well, that's not available. Now, my Z can go next to the O of score, so I could play Z for about 50 points. It would be nice to play off the W as well, so a play of whiz. But that's not playable in this spot, and if I were to play it elsewhere, I wouldn't get the score that I'd get for Z. And what's good about Z is that I'm taking out 3 floaters, which are pretty useful for my opponent. And the rack leaves pretty balanced, and the W, although I wanted to get rid of it, is a good tile for scoring if I don't have a bingo. Wow, I have wonkier. Can't see anywhere for that immediately, but if my opponent plays down column 15, he may provide an opportunity. In fact, there is a spot. Look, row J across here, wonkier plays. That's been taken out, and annoyingly, column 14 not available. So really close there to playing wonkier and extending my lead. But this is a pretty good rack, so maybe there is an alternative bingo. I don't think there is an anagram of wonkier. I've got the work prefix. T and S are available in column 10. There's the two-letter sets, ZO, and D. Can't see anything through DE. Or any of those. Okay, I think I'm going to give up. I note that I could have played Whiz last go through this I for 40 points, only 9 fewer points. Well, that may have been worth considering. So the K and the W are the tiles I'd like to get rid of, and if I got rid of the O as well, EINR is quite a good rack leave. I've got 11 minutes on my clock. My K could go in front of this I. But it would be nice to get rid of both the K and the W. There are 20 tiles left, including a blank, so I could play Winker in column 14, and that achieves several good things. It's taking out the column 14 bingo lane, it's taking out a column 13 bingo lane, it's burning a lot of tiles, which expedites the end of the game, and it's increasing my chances of drawing the blank. It's going to score reasonably well. Wow, that is reasonably well, 39 points. And the rack leave is ropey, so that's the only real negative. Especially with 3 O's to come. However, I think it's good to keep extending my lead when I'm 200 points ahead. Great, well that could have been a lot worse. I draw the second W, but I've also drawn the X, which is a good scoring tile. And I've got several vowels to hopefully give me options with the X. Now, XED is good. Nothing goes in front of KO. So I don't have a play in column 13. I would need a D to play XED twice. 9 minutes on my clock. 12 on my opponent's clock. Certainly no bingos here, so I'm not going to spend any time looking for one. Now, what about playing Zoo something? Do I have a play in column 9? Zol is good. So I have Lex, which is 38 points, which is a great score. Let me look at the remaining vowels. 7 vowels out of 17. Okay, so it's not good to retain a lot of vowels. However, there's only 1 O to come. It is a slightly consonant-heavy bag, and I am retaining a scoring tile in the W. And Lex is a pretty decent score. Now, is there an even better spot for the X? Certainly a play in column 2. X something N would be good. Or a play down from the I of imputed. Can't see anything there. Okay, I'm going to go with this. It also has the subsidiary benefit of taking out these 2-letter bingo floaters. However, that's pretty unlikely and not worth sacrificing points for. I draw the Q, which isn't great. However, there are still 2 U's, a blank, and 2 I's to come. And there is a spot above the I of univocal for the Q. It may be worth playing off the B and the W next go, because this is a fairly non-synergetic rack. Nice play by my opponent, 31 points. 3 tiles in the bag. So, where is available for the B and the W? Or maybe just play the Q. This go to get rid of it. Now, what about the U of univocal? Have I got a Q, U, something I play? I don't. I think I'm just going to play the Q, because I think anything else is likely to empty the bag or leave a rubbish rack leave, including the Q. Pretty good. 2 tiles in the bag, a fairly bingo-y set of tiles, but this is a non-bingo-y board, and Chi has actually taken out column 2 as a bingo lane for bingos ending in N. There still are a couple of, or one good bingo lane, which is row C. Row B, less so. However, if my opponent does bingo, I still get to have another go, and I've got 3 good scoring tiles. Yeah. Okay, so 73 for my opponent. He's still a long way behind. Now, how to get value from this final rack. 7 minutes on my clock. Can't see anywhere for Bihor. I'd like to play off at least 2 and possibly 3 of the high-scoring tiles. My opponent's got LU, so he can play Lure in row N. And he can also play Ulu in column 5, so he can certainly go out. So I'm just looking for a big score. So I could play How down here for 35 points. That's pretty good. That's what I'm looking to beat. Do I have anything through the F of failure? No, don't think so. Half is good, but it's in the wrong spot for that. I don't have anything great running along the top of failure or running underneath it, so I'm going to go with How. Head's not good. What an idiot. Just wait for my opponent to challenge his off. He doesn't. Fantastic. And my opponent goes out. Pass to end the game. And the final score, 328 to my opponent, 529 to me. A winning margin of 201 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Yep, I know about that. So, it was me to go fast. Now, my opponent's saying he missed univocal. He saw the possibility and then missed it, so we need to look out to see the point at which he could have played that. Now, it doesn't look like there was anything other than vocal, since it's been recommended 12 times. Or 10 times. My opponent's rack. He plays Bant. Now, Gorgie E11. So, Bantu was good. Okay. I think that must be somebody who's observing the game, making some observations. So I played Jag for 36. Yeah, Gorgie probably slightly better. However, it is... No, I think... Well, yep, Gorgie sets up the J in row H for a big score in row H onto the triple, so it's not all good news. Now, this was my opponent's rack, and this is where he has univocal. He also has titanium, but doesn't have the available floater. Let's just check that. Yep. So, me to go first, and I had univocal the very next go, so a bit painful for my opponent. Now, this was his rack. He doesn't have a bingo, although it looked good, and I thought he'd blocked Animoses, but he hadn't. He's then got a good rack, but no bingo. Okay. Now, I have Pavans. Wow, and that is the only bingo. I'm surprised. I was expecting there to be a number. My opponent's rack, no bingo. He plays Gripped, and I have Naysayer, which pretty much secured the win. It gave me a 230-point lead, with only 1/3 of the tiles left. Now my opponent plays Girth, and I have Z for 49. My opponent plays Idiot, blocking Wonkia. In work was good. Well, that I think was clearly the play, 51 points. Instead, I play Winker for 12 fewer points, so not a huge difference, but it would have been nice to have played In Work, and In Work certainly a better play. My opponent struggling with vowels, plays Oh Dear. Now Wox M13. Ooh, okay, I didn't see that. I play Lex for 38, and probably Lex better because I'm retaining a scoring tile in the W. If you're retaining a vowel-heavy rack leave, it's better to have a high-scoring consonant rather than a low-scoring one, so I prefer Lex. My opponent plays Softy. I dump the Q for 21. M13 Bow. Well, that's not good. It would have emptied the bag and my opponent would have bingoed out, so I still like Chi. My opponent plays Failure. Direful also available. Now, my phony certainly doesn't appear on this list, but I think the idea is there with Bow and the Bow. And in any event, my opponent didn't spot it and he goes out. So a pretty exciting game, high scoring, always good to get more than 500 points and fun to find the front extension to vocal. So I hope you enjoyed watching that game and I will see you next time.